Chairman, I was a little surprised that the references all go back to 1972, when in 2011 we had the Local Government Transparency Code, which touched on a number of the matters which we should be discussing. First of all, I would draw your attention to the research at the time, which found that the more citizens felt informed, the more they tended to be satisfied with public services and their local authorities. So if you want to keep people happy, we tell them what's going on. The code is guided by three principles. It should be demand-led, and data should support transparency and accountability. It should be open, so presentation should be helpful and accessible to local people, and it should be timed. Decision-making should be included in the scope of this sort of documentation. The idea is to increase democratic accountability and to make it easier for local people to contribute to the local decision-making process and help shape public services. This is transparency. This is what we're aiming for. This is what the government requires us to do. Some of the code is mandatory. A matter like this does not appear to be mandatory, but entirely in keeping with the spirit of the legislation. The original purpose of the code is to place more power into citizens' hands and increase democratic accountability. Now, I can't think of anything more personal to that than actually identifying who does what. I think that the reference to a 20th century piece of legislation is quite inappropriate. We should be looking at the current legislation.
Well said, Councillor Clark.
Councillor